at you from New Jersey, the capital of misery and the place where metal forgot to die. This is Here Lies Metal, the podcast that brings you the origins, history, and culture of everything metal. Once again, I am your host, Maledictus, and this is
Samantha.
And we shall be your overlords for today and all of eternity, as long as we have eternity, at the rate things are going.
On top of being the capital of misery, did you know New Jersey is now number 3 for coronavirus?
Great. Not going
in
outside.
In the United States.
Good. That's what you
so
get.
So if we try a little harder, there's no way we can beat New York. Never mind.
Yeah, no, we're not beating New York. Not even close.
Maybe number 2. We're right behind Washington.
Wow.
So we're doing good here.
Too many people.
Me and Maledictus are quarantined together.
Day 14. I've yet to see the sun. I've seen the sun only a few times in the past 3 weeks. Okay.
It's going well.
Yes, we're doing okay here.
What have we done? What have we seen? Have you seen any shows?
No, that's not going to happen for a while.
I saw.
There are no shows.
Some of a cadaver live stream. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
That's what life is now.
That's what it's going to be.
We get to catch live streams.
Yeah.
Which is not basically just like watching a regular video.
That's what we have to look forward to now. Just live streams. That's music now. Ladies and gentlemen, live streams. So yeah, what do we got for the show today?
It's mostly talking about the plague and the ramifications on the metal world. Plague news.
What the
plague watch
has done to metal.
This is what life is.
That is it, folks. This is all we have for you. So.
Well, that's not true, actually, because we're starting with some new music reviews.
Oh, yes, we always have those. And we found some really obscure bands here today.
Well, I'd been looking forward to this first one for quite some time when I saw this was being released. This band is Malocarpatin.
That sounds like it should be Finnish. Doesn't that sound like a Finnish word?
I'm struggling with the pronunciation.
Yeah.
I've heard someone on YouTube say Malocarpatin.
Malocarpatin.
Which I don't like. I like Malocarpatin. Malocarpatin. That sounds right?
Anyway, yeah, they're not from Finland. They're from Slovakia. Slovakia, wherever that's like the other part of Czechoslovakia, I guess, when there used to be Czechoslovakia.
Deep in the heart of Eastern Europe.
Yeah, that is
Slovakia.
Yeah. And
this is what's going on there.
Yeah. What do we have to say about these guys?
These guys are fucking weird, but in a way I really enjoy.
Very dynamic. There's a lot going on there. Too many notes, obviously. But yeah, there's styles just seem to change every song. You know, some of it's thrash, some of it's black metal. Just really is going all over the place. There's orchestrated music in there.
A lot of great riffs.
Yeah.
It opens like it's got like a old timey movie soundtrack.
Yeah, you got almost like some sort of. Some sort of like a Frankenstein movie, or it just feels like a black and white movie. I don't know.
There's like an early music section later on.
Yeah, it's weird.
The last song has some interesting, intentionally off-key singing.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's in movements. It's like 5. How many songs is this? It's like 5 songs, 6 songs long. They're all over 6 minutes.
I think the Eastern Europeans think like classical composers. You know, they all.
I don't think anyone thinks like these guys.
Well, you know, they think in movements.
I think these guys are their own thing. A little trivia about this. I don't think they're a one-man band anymore, but they did start with not necessarily him playing every instrument, but with one auteur.
No one man could do all of that.
Writing and playing most of the instruments on, I think, the first record, and the second record I think was more of a group thing. And I think it's just a real band now. I think it transitioned from one man to being a real band.
Not one man can handle all of that. It's not, it's not midnight. Like this is like complicated stuff.
There's a lot going on here. Anyway, did you like it, Maledictus?
Too many notes, obviously.
Too many notes?
Yeah, it's not something I'm going to listen to, but I don't think it's bad.
You don't like it? It's got some great riffs.
I don't like anything.
Okay? It's got great riffs.
But yeah, it's not something I want to listen to. It's a little boring. But
it is not. It's the opposite of boring. We were just talking about how dynamic it is.
Yeah, but that doesn't make something not boring. It's just a little too much. It's a little too there's too much going on there for me.
Well, I love this band. Maybe you should make your own top albums of the year, because this one is definitely going to be on mine.
Yeah.
And if you don't even like it, like we can't both stand behind that list.
Yeah, it's not something I'm gonna like listen to. I mean, it's good. Like I give these guys credit for making. And these guys who are absolutely unknown. 2,800 streams on Spotify, by the way. And of course, one thing I like to take note of is the main city it's listened to. And this is a common city for metal bands, for small metal bands. It's Oslo, Norway for this one. There's definitely you'll find a lot of bands that are of this size. It'll either be like Santiago, Chile, or like Oslo, Norway, or like sometimes Mexico City. Those are very popular cities for metal for some reason. But Oslo, Norway is definitely a reoccurring top city for some reason. It's never anywhere in America. Like never.
These guys are small, but the super tuned in hipsters all know about these guys. I'm pretty sure.
You never heard of these guys?
Like a few years ago, I think Fenris put them on one of his playlists, and so they've got that.
Is Fenris a hipster? We don't know. Let's find out.
I mean, he's too old to be a hipster.
Yeah, he doesn't understand it. He's like.
But I think he's a hipster without trying.
Black metal boomer ever. But yeah. What are these notes here? What do we got here on these guys?
Oh, I plugged all the song titles through Google Translate because I was just intensely curious about whatever they could be talking about.
They're in Slovakian, I guess. Is that a language?
Slovak.
Is that the right language? Or with the other half of that country?
Indulgent that they have their own language.
I think they should have kept it Czechoslovakia. That was easier. Back in the 80s, it was called Czechoslovakia. The communists just kind of...
I don't know the history.
They kind of just... Yeah, did the communists make that? I think they might have.
We don't know the history. We're impugning a whole country.
No, that might have happened after World War I. It might not even been the communists that made Czechoslovakia. Comment down below if you know the answer to that. I'm usually good at history, but I just didn't look into that. But,
Okay, so the song titles are... This is Google Translate. In the birch groves near Babina, we had an underworld magnate.
That is way too many words.
From the seed of the Veselku's magic root arises.
Hold it. That's a title for a song?
Yes.
You can't call a song that. You'll never get a hit.
You can call a song.
You will never get a radio hit.
Do you think these guys are trying for a radio hit?
Yeah, doesn't everyone want money?
These guys, they live in the forest of Slovakia.
More reason for them to try to make some money doing this.
Anyway, we were flying firmament on the Black Horse. That one makes the most sense because firmament is another word for sky, in case you didn't know.
Obviously, like these songs were not obviously intended to be in English. It's like a Rammstein song. When you try to translate, it just sounds weird, despite all the pervy things they're talking about.
That other one is just garble, and the Kruppen Fires have fired up the post this year. That's my favorite.
The Kruppen, what is a Kruppen Fire?
I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the album title, which I don't think we said, which was Krupinske One.
Yeah, I wonder what that means. It's probably colloquial.
That I don't know. That one didn't go through Translate at all.
It's obviously things are colloquial. Like
we'll never know.
Yeah, it's not for us. It's not for us. It wasn't meant for Americans. It was meant to stay in Slovakia. What's it like in Slovakia? Anyone from Slovakia? Comment down below.
Anyway, or Norway.
And give us a downvote. Make sure you give us a downvote too, like everyone else. What else we got? Anything else about Metal Apart? Here they are, by the way. If you see the picture here.
They've got capes on?
Yeah, they got, of course. They have capes. They need capes in the forests of Slovakia. And Slovakia is such a forgotten country. No one really gives Slovakia any credit.
We should go sometime.
Do they even have a good hockey team? I don't even know. Like the Czechs are known for hockey.
I'm sure they play some kind of weird sport that doesn't exist outside of Slovakia.
It's definitely a forgotten place.
Okay. And we have one other band we want to talk about.
This band is interesting. Let's get a picture of these guys. Now, these guys are called Caskets Open. They're from Finland. Very small band. We have to thank Samantha for daring to find these guys because no one else has, not even the hipsters. Most popular city, Helsinki, their home city. That's where they're getting their most plays. We only got 325 streams on these guys on Spotify. Although that's their Billboard rating here. So this is not a very well-known band, but you should know about them, though. This is a power trio from Finland. And believe it or not, they sing in perfectly clear English. They're not trying to sing in Finnish, whatever the hell that sounds like. They're not finished with Finnish. They're not finished. Funny. They're going for that sort of New York hairy Italian guy metal sound, like from the 90s. They sound a lot like Danzig. They sound a lot like Typo Negative, too.
When I sent this to Maledictus, I called this Danzig doom.
Yeah,
because they have a definite doom element as well, which is, I think, the wild card.
It's way heavier than Danzig. It's not. It's like Danzig is rock. Danzig is not metal. Like this is as if like Danzig sang metal. Like imagine if Danzig sang metal, like real metal. Because Danzig's a rock band. Come on, give me a break, everyone. Just because he does like devil stuff doesn't mean he's metal. That just because he's like.
By the way, we're talking about their album Concrete Realms of Pain. It's their 4th album.
That is such like a New York kind of title.
Yeah.
And even like the cover.
Show the album.
Do we have album artwork here?
You have to click on the album.
Let's see. Concrete Realms of Pain. There. So yeah. So look at that. It just looks like it kind of reminds you of Lucifuge, like hairy
Danzig.
chest.
They love Danzig, for sure.
Like the Lucifuge album, Danzig's hairy chest with like the medallion in it. Typical just New York hairy Italian guy rock. Peter Steele, Glenn Danzig. Just that kind of feel. Like something that only like you could relate to here in New York, the New York area. So, but definitely a good. A lot of type of. I even like some of the riffs are even like a little bit Melvin-y, like being that it's more doomy. It kind of even reminds me of that in a way.
But yeah, I think they have a really interesting sound. I'm not a big Danzig fan or a big Typo fan, but
you missed
I like
out
this.
On the hairy Italian guy rock.
It just doesn't do anything for me. Hairy Italian guys.
Yeah. I'm a hairy Italian guy, but hey, yo, I'm a hairy Italian guy. Hey, yo, whoa.
Yeah, but no, I enjoy this, and I often don't like a lot of doom too. So it's like a lot of elements coming together here that I don't find appealing, but I like this album.
Yeah,
it's a
good.
Little monotonous, I guess. A lot of the songs just kind of hitting that same note there.
Yeah, they're definitely in that. There's a lot of typo negative in it, but not as like slow and like technical.
It's better. I liked it more.
Yeah, it's a little more down to earth, a little more like down to earth than those bands, I would say.
Yeah,
a little more less.
But definitely check them out. I think they definitely deserve
more accessible than Danzig.
More attention than they're getting.
Yeah, it's a tiny band. No one knows about these guys. New album. They don't have a lot of albums out.
Listen to Caskets Open.
Caskets Open from Finland. So okay, that's all for our music review. Let's get into the news now. And there's a lot of news out in the area, and this whole thing. Well, let's start with not plague related news. Now, if you remember, Sega Right guitarist Jason Rainey, who only split with the band in last year, actually.
That's right.
And it was replaced by
a child.
Yeah, when we saw Sacred Reich, there was we noticed a very young kid playing guitar.
I think he is literally younger than Surf Nicobar.
Yeah, we were kind of like, oh, is what is that, like one of the guy's kids? Like, I remember thinking that.
I don't think he's a kid. I don't know where they got him. I don't know the story of that.
But yeah, like when we saw Sacred Reich, though, he must have just got there.
Yeah, he's like literally 22 or something. His name is, I think, Joey Radzewell.
Joey Radzewell.
Yes.
But anyway, back to the guy. Yes. So unfortunately, Jason Rainey passed away on March 16th, at the age of 53, of apparent heart attack. Now, he did not split on very good terms with Sacred Reich. He definitely, like, they were kind of. Sacred Reich kind of takes the position of kind of trying to help the guy, but he was very hostile to them.
It came about because when they were trying to record their newest album, what was it called? Awakening. Yeah. Awakenings? Awakening. Like they wanted to include Jason, but they were saying that he just wasn't there. Like, he just wasn't up to playing on it. Yeah. And so they had to replace him. And, Phil Rind. He just seems like one of the nicest guys. Yeah,
he really does. There is. Just when he played live, he was just very...
I believe that Phil Rind definitely gave this guy a chance, to be in the band still. And he says later, he talks about how close he was to Jason. So if Phil Rind says they tried and he couldn't do it, I believe him.
Yeah, Jason Rainey had made a statement in October. It was very hostile towards the band. Yeah. It was just very not reciprocating any kind of. Just good vibes. So I don't know. But anyway, he passed away of apparent heart attack. Apparently he was sick. I mean, it was something.
So clearly had some health problems going on for an extended period.
Yes. So we haven't had a metal obit in a while. So.
But Sacred Reich certainly hasn't held any grudge against him shit talking them, because they've been very posting all these pictures of him and
they're definitely not
being upset. So.
Yeah, they're definitely doing the right thing, despite the hostility. So yeah, so let's move on. So in bad news, the entire Bay Area Strikes Back tour, they were basically in the, like, I have to say, they were in like the epicenter of the coronavirus.
As it was happening in Europe.
And I remember they canceled their. We just announced they canceled their tour like last week.
So this tour was Testament, Exodus, Death Angel.
Yeah, it's basically all the second string Bay Area guys, as I like to say.
Yes.
It doesn't mean they're bad. It's just, they're not the big four, like the secondary big four. All you need is Overkill in there,
Well,
Overkill's not for the Bay Area
though.
Yeah, you stick some other band in there. You stick like, Possessed in there or something.
Well, I would say they're really the pillars of Bay Area thrash, though.
Yeah, they are, even more so than Metallica.
They've got deeper roots there than Metallica.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. These guys made the Bay Area, without a doubt.
So if they're all taken out by this virus, I don't know what's going to happen to that city.
Yeah. Really.
But Gary Holt confirmed on his Instagram that he's self-quarantined because he has suffering from all the symptoms.
Yeah, and they were all together like on this tour over there. So, and they were they were getting close to the fans. And I mean, obviously, like, it's only. And I think this thing has been going on there since probably January. Like, based on the numbers, this had to be there flourishing since December or January, like, without a doubt.
And Gary Holt also announced on Will Carroll, the Death Angel drummer's behalf, that he is in the ICU. So that's pretty serious.
Yeah, Gary Holt is obviously, he's home and he's like doing okay. But apparently Will Carroll, who I don't know how long he's been with Death Angel, but yeah, he is not doing well apparently. So.
And of course, even more recently, Chuck Billy.
And even Chuck Billy.
And his wife have tested positive, and I've heard also members of the crew.
Yeah, also
unnamed.
Yes,
poor souls in the crew.
Of the crew, but yeah, it's So yeah, we have So let's just look
this
at
whole tour was just very unfortunate.
Yeah,
if you recall, they almost drowned. They were almost
right. God,
they almost died at sea.
Yeah,
earlier in the tour.
I was making jokes. I was singing like the Edmund Fitzgerald song to like them, getting their gear washed over deck, and then only to just fucking like, wow, I would just never want to tour again if I were these guys.
So they were the last show they successfully played was March 10th. So that's pretty,
recent.
Pretty recent.
Yes.
So that was even after they canceled Milan.
That's only
they canceled Milan and played a few shows after
that's
that.
a little over a week ago. These guys were still in the shit of it.
They only canceled 2 shows, Milan and I think their final show, which was in Germany.
So what was like your last show before? Did we know what their last show was?
It was March 10th in Brussels. So yeah, they were, doing their best trying to finish this tour.
Right. So they didn't get it from Italy, but
they didn't even pack it in until I think March 11th or 12th, whenever that last show was supposed to be.
But who knows? Maybe they got it on the plane, just flying. You can
get it anywhere.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah. But so many of them got, so many of them. I mean, Chuck Billy. And we really got to think about Chuck Billy. I mean, I don't know how he's doing, but here we have Chuck Billy here. Chuck Billy is a cancer survivor. Obviously, Chuck Billy, like I said before, is the guy that kind of brought thrash back together because of his cancer. So many thrash bands reunited in I think it was 2002. There was a giant benefit for him because he was having a cancer situation. And I always give him credit for kind of making all this happen again. And it's been kind of on the up ever since, all the Bay Area bands, because all the Bay Area bands in the late 90s were just dead. And a lot of them just came back for that. And so, we'd be really shame if anything, happened to Chuck Billy. I mean, just tremendously nice guy. I always like to call him the second-rate James Hetfield voice, but fuck that. He's the real voice. He's he always kind of sounded like, James Hetfield and, practice what you preach. I used to think that when I'd hear that song on WSIU back in the 90s, I'm like, this guy's trying to sound like James Hetfield, 12-year-old me. Mm-hmm. But no, Chuck Billy's the real thing. So we all just hope Chuck Billy is okay, because, he's definitely someone who's probably not in the best health, overall from his past record of health. So we hopefully he is okay.
Well, he's not in the hospital.
Yes, that's good. That's a good sign.
I think they just got tested because they knew at that point that they were definitely exposed. Maybe I don't know if they're sick.
Who knows how many others are.
Or if they're not, I think they weren't feeling well, but they're not, fortunately, in the ICU with Will Carroll.
Yeah, he did. Obviously, he did not, of all the people, he's definitely doing the worst Yeah, Gary Holt had revealed that, so hopefully these guys do okay. Because this, God, what a shitty tour. Jesus, I don't even know. Like,
cursed.
Yeah,
totally cursed tour.
I would just not want to tour again after that.
They should have turned around when that boat tried to kill them.
Yeah, just been like, that's it. We're going home. This fucking boat tried to kill us. Boy, what a week. And anything else on that? Got a lot of notes on that, but what else could we say?
We have another positive coronavirus.
We got another one.
It is Batushka Krzysztof Drabikowski.
This is out of Poland, obviously. Apparently his mother's a doctor, so she was like talking. She was really
so he had just returned from England, where he played a couple shows. If you're not aware of the situation with Batushka, which is a band going through a name dispute where there are now currently 2 Batushkas.
They are way too young to have that problem. You realize, like, they have 2 albums out, 1 album. I don't even know. Like, they haven't been around a long time. They're way too young in their career to be having that situation. That happens in a lot of bands when they're like been around for like 40 years. You get that happening.
And they're usually more mainstream, successful.
Yes, you're fighting over money. These guys obviously have no real money to fight over, but this is happening already. So it's just way too early for that, guys. But way too early.
The fans of Batushka generally regard this one, Krzysztof's Batushka, as the true Batushka.
They accept this. I don't understand Batushka.
It's not the fake Tushka. So Batushka fans are collectively holding their breath as the true Batushka is sick.
They might have to go with the other Batushka. I was listening to Batushka, I guess the true Batushka on I don't get it. It's pretentious.
This is how we get downvotes, is when you shit talk people who are sick.
I'm not shit talking him. I'm not sure. I don't know anything about Krzysztof Drabikowski. I was listening to Batushka because I wasn't too familiar with them, and everyone's obviously talking about Batushka all the time. They're like the hip black metal band, and I was like, okay, this is really pretentious. I'm not really into this at all. But so give me your downvotes. But you were gonna give me the downvotes anyway. People, give me a break. You just don't. I just have a very punchable face. That's why. But
apparently he was quarantining. But as per his mom, maybe this is all kind of translated from Polish, I think. He was moved to the infectious diseases clinic in Białystok.
Yeah.
So get better, Krzysztof.
Yes.
Because the black metal hipsters need you.
Yes, no matter how bad your music is, you should not have the coronavirus.
I don't know if his music is bad.
It's not interesting.
It's not for us.
Yeah, it's not for us. That's
it's
really what it's not for you boomers. Okay, it's not for you boomers. Okay.
Am I a boomer?
We all are.
I listen to Malakarpatan. Okay, I'm not a boomer.
Well. I just, I was trying, because I was like, what's this all about? What's this Batushka? Everyone's always talking about Batushka. Let me listen to this. I was like, nah.
Our message right now is get better, not you suck.
Yeah,
so
no.
Be nice, Maledictus.
No, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just I'm not a true music Batushka guy. But yeah, we hope everyone gets better because everyone's, and there'll be more probably people in metal that have gotten this. But yeah, just metal is, I think Metallica just released a statement of their tour, what they're going to do, and that's postponed to, that's going down the road.
I heard that they're going to do weekly live stream shows, which seems kind of intense.
Yeah, they
do that every week.
They could do that.
If you're just going to practice every week.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's good for the crowd. Keep them. They'll just play. Of course, I don't know how they're gonna make.
Maybe James will like doing that.
Yeah, are they gonna charge money for that? Probably.
That would be terrible.
Probably it's Metallica. Like, are they any different from Kiss at this point?
Those boomers, they probably don't understand that no one pays for that sort of thing. Yeah.
Metallica's like, what? It's like seeing a Metallica concert.
God.
That'll be $120.
Someone's gonna start a streaming service for bands, and like all the concert videos are gonna go off YouTube.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm sorry for uttering that aloud.
No, that's already happened. Listen, concert videos, like, it used to be a lot easier to find them on YouTube. Like,
what do you mean? It still is.
No, but there's a lot of like old ones I used to watch that are just gone, like, because they weren't, especially anything Manowar. Like certain bands really crack down on them than others. Other bands are just like whatever, but like the stuff isn't supposed to be there.
Well, of like the professional stuff, like the bands usually are consenting.
No, if it's like if it's on the record label's YouTube page, then that's
sometimes
fine.
They'll do. And the guy at St. Vitus,
obviously he's obviously allowed to do that.
What's the name of that guy?
Yeah, that dude. He films them. Yeah,
makes those nice videos. I'm sure the artists always are fine with that. So
yeah, but there's certain people that don't want their stuff up there, or no, even like Well, some people will put like official like videos up there that are not supposed to be on YouTube. Like to be an officially recorded thing, but it's not. It's supposed to be like for sale. It's not supposed to be on YouTube, and you'll get a lot of those. It's nice to watch them, and a lot of those have been taken down. You know, and there'll be like some really low quality version of it too. Some really badly ripped version of, you know, I'm talking about like mainstream kind of bands, not even like metal bands. Like if I want to see like Peter Gabriel or something, you know, it just, you know, it'd be gone because that stuff isn't supposed to be up there. You know, they don't, you know, all those old like really rich like rock and roll people, like they don't want their stuff up there. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's you know, this might be, you know, even after all this is over, like this might be a norm of just having to just watch your band playing in a room or something, you know, like it's supposed to be the way things are from now on. So,
all right, our next
there's more plague
coronavirus
news.
story.
This friggin'
Chris
guy.
Barnes.
Okay, you know, obviously Chris Barnes is one of those dreadlock friggin' like hippie scumbags. You know, he obviously has a good history.
He's a death metal guy.
He's a death metal, you know, obviously the original singer.
6 Feet Under now.
Cannibal Corpse, you know, original.
If you look at his Twitter bio, he says Cannibal Corpse changed the name to 6 Feet Under in 1995, which is pretty cool.
Really?
What?
Cannibal Corpse changed their name to 6 Feet Under?
He's saying that he's the real Cannibal Corpse.
I get it. Wow. Yeah. Okay, dude.
He's calling.
I was like, really?
He's calling Corpse Grinder Cannibal Corpse fake corpse. Okay. I guess.
Yeah. You know, I'm glad Corpse Grinder replaced you, dude. So this guy, what's he saying? Why is he in the news here? What is he going on about? We have some Twitter entries from Chris
He tweeted
Barnes.
this. Flew across the country twice during a pandemic, not sick. Stayed in a casino for 3 days. Thousands of people all gambling and having fun, not sick.
Wait, can I ask something? Why is a Mr. like super left-wing commie guy in a casino? Isn't it like the ultimate capitalist thing to do?
I don't know. I don't know. I think he was returning from Florida where he was recording the highly anticipated next 6 Feet Under album. Was on the beach every day for 5 or 6 days with thousands as well. Not sick. I'm going to go enjoy the day. You guys keep on keeping on. And he also tweeted, "What's next? Mandatory vaccinations for a false flag?"
Yeah, there we go. There it is. Okay, this guy is just like the right wing versions of him. He's like the left wing version of like the conspiracy theorist. You know,
well,
he's kind of guy that wants like, you know, like no government, but you know, in like an anarchical like communist kind of way, not in like a right wing libertarian way. You know, he's like you know, he's like Alex Jones, but on the complete other side. You know.
So yeah, everyone jumped on those tweets and started, you know, the metal press started churning out like Chris Barnes is a fucking idiot because he is.
Yeah, he's clearly a fucking moron.
And then later he tweeted, "Very presumptuous of you to say that. I've actually been self-quarantining since I returned to Seattle Monday night and have only Seattle, one of the epicenters, and have only gone out for essentials and to walk my dog." And if you just like, I was just funny because I looked at this on his Twitter feed and you scroll down and you see the false flag tweet.
Yeah, and it's right there.
It's like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I mean, was that just like a super like layered troll there? What he's going for? Like,
I think he didn't understand the gravity of it. I think, and he was like, "Oh shit, this is real." Like, there's no denying it.
But he didn't delete his tweets. Well, they're already out there.
Yeah, they're already out there. And what's the point?
I don't know.
But yeah, obviously, you know, I think he probably just was like, "What? Like, this is bullshit. They're trying to like take our rights away." You know, and then like.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah,
Self-isolation, a kinder, more gentle form of martial law.
Yeah, there you go. Like, there, you know, it's stuff like that. He thinks, you know, they're trying to take his rights away. You know.
I mean, it's undeniable that we have to get more fascists to control everybody.
Unfortunately, like it's
just a fact of life.
Countries that have these serious authoritarian things are just, you know, like they're able to like control this kind of thing.
You know,
so get the fuck in your house.
The only way to stop people from actually being stupid like Chris Barnes and infecting everybody is to get more draconian.
But you should want to stay home though. Like you should want to.
But there is gonna a lot of people like us are happy to stay home and try to not get sick. But then there's people like people like those kids on the beach in Florida who are like, ooh.
Yeah, like,
they go through life just going, ooh.
They're going to pay for that. And it's the whole, like, I believe, like, the whole why Italy is going, because I just don't think, I think they just didn't fucking listen. Like.
Apparently they're still not. There's still people in Italy.
There you go. They're still on the, like, they're like, whatever, thousands of people are dead. Like, yeah, and that's why, like, Italy and like the Southern European, like Germany isn't going through this because Germany, like, you tell them to do something, they fucking do it. You know, also Germany is like a more crisis kind of, like, Germany is also one of those countries, like, if World War III started, they're getting invaded first. So, like, they're ready for shit. Whereas Italy's like, what? You know, or Spain, you know, France, they're like, what? Like, it's a Southern European thing. I'm sure what's happening in Greece, you know, I'm curious. I haven't heard anything in Greece. But that's why Germany, like, isn't really having, like, a huge problem yet. They're controlling it. But then again, like, I don't know, like, Sweden is doing, you know, I don't really know. But, like, all I know is Italy definitely just, people are wondering why. It's because they didn't do shit. Like, they didn't even try to. You know. That's all I got to say about that. That's all I got to say about that.
Well, thankfully, all the brain dead 6 Feet Under fans, all, like, 25 of them who follow Chris Barnes on Twitter.
Yes.
He has, you know, issued a more responsible statement saying that he is self-quarantining.
Yeah, because people listen to you, you know, and you have your crazy conspiracy theorist followers. At
least I do like that Blabbermouth chose this really unflattering picture.
Yeah, it's a very old Chris Barnes. Yes, his dreadlocks.
You're like, you're an idiot, and you look like this.
He's one of those dreadlock dudes. You know, it's kind of like a death metal Keith Morris or something. I don't know. But
okay, don't be like Chris Barnes.
Don't be like Chris Barnes. People just stay in if you have to. You know, obviously, essential workers need to be out there.
Tweet stupid shit.
Yeah, and just don't spread bad information. People.
Talking about tweeting stupid shit.
Okay, so this is a thing going on right now, and this is really, and I'm glad.
Guys, do you remember Trapped?
I don't. I honestly, like, I don't remember Trapped. There was so much and I was not familiar with them, and Samantha played the song for me, and I was like, I don't remember this song because it sounds like... When
this first story first started coming up, I was like, who the fuck is Trapped?
Yeah, I never heard of them.
But then they started mentioning the song Headstrong. I was like, oh, I know that song.
Don't remember it, but...
So I remember the song, did not remember the band name.
Nope.
But now I'll never forget it, unfortunately.
But when you hear the song and you see what they look like, you're like, yeah, I get it. You're like, oh, yeah, they made that. You're like,
this all started not with what we're looking at right now. This all started because a Black Lives Matter activist tweeted at Donald Trump, like replied to one of Donald Trump's tweets, and Trapped replied to him. Basically, it was some MAGA shit, you know, and it just started this whole thing where he's now interacting with all these like celebrities, like Chris Evans, and our favorite metal bro. One of our favorite metal bros. He's not really a bro.
No.
He's just he's a little too woke to be a bro. Riley Gale Power Trip decided to step into the fray here.
Riley Gale's just kind of like a Texas guy that likes wrestling. That's what he is. Really. I mean, he's not like a bro. He's just like a guy from Texas.
He's also like a young guy from Texas.
Yeah,
so.
he's just like, you know.
He's like he's more he tweets a lot of socially conscious stuff.
Yeah.
He like. You know, he's the type to, like, mention being an ally to, like, trans people, non-binary people, and stuff like that. Like, he's very much, like, trying to position Power Trip as a left-wing band.
Yeah. Which
makes sense, because they are kind of a hardcore crossover act. A little bit political, even though their lyrics aren't, like, overtly political.
Yeah.
Anyway, he decided to challenge Trapped directly. And I think this is related to coronavirus because Trapped was specifically talking about Trump's tweeting on coronavirus and people and trying to troll the trolls of Trump, basically.
Yeah, like, yeah, he knows what he's doing, man.
He's simping for Trump over here. But
does anyone really remember? Comment down below if you like. I honestly, and this was like, I was probably like, obviously these guys were what, big like 20 years ago, like, and then they were like kind of like a new metal band, but they were like kind of like a Nickelback of new metal bands. Like by hearing their song, like I was like, this is kind of like Nickelback of new metal bands. That
song, their one hit wonder, came out in 2002.
It sounded like every other song back then.
Which was, for me, I would have been like a sophomore or in high school. So it was peak me driving around listening to alternative rock radio.
Right,
so I heard this song a lot.
Right. This was definitely a perfect like alternative rock radio band for that time.
I played it for Maledictus, and
I don't remember it.
It was more laughable.
It literally
I even
sounds
it.
like I said. It literally sounds like every other band did at that time. So like I have no memory of these guys.
It was like peak post new metal.
Yeah, it's post new metal. That's what it's. It's when new metal wasn't like grimy anymore, when it wasn't freaky anymore, when it was like when everyone was trying to do it. That's kind of like the same thing happened with grunge, and you got bands like Nickelback and Creed. Well, these guys are like the same version of that. With with new metal, you got like Limp Bizkit and Slipknot and Korn. Those were like the original guys. And then you get when all that got really popular, record labels like we need more new metal bands, and that's where a band like this comes in.
Anyway, I didn't know trap was still around. Apparently, they never stopped.
They're kind of like a Nickelback of it's kind of like Nickelback. People listen to Nickelback, then you see these like arenas full of like Midwestern Canadians listening to Nickelback. I'm like, people like this, and like, apparently so.
Anyway, Riley called out apparently also this Trapped official Twitter account is run basically by the singer.
He has really bad.
Apparently, the rest of the band might not condone this, but we're just gonna ascribe it to the rest of the band because why are you letting this guy run the Twitter?
He has really bad reburns. Like he has they're so ineffective. Like, you don't sell tickets to anything. That's his response.
Well, Riley's I bet my band outdraws yours.
Don't get me
challenges him to like a duel, basically.
Okay, Riley's not really help. Like, Riley's burns aren't that good either.
No,
like,
they're not.
He's like just
honestly
pointlessly shit talking. But like the Trap guy's responses are just like, what? It's like that's you could have thought about that a little more.
So yeah. Honestly, the best burn about this guy came from the original guy he attacked, which was the Black Lives Matter guy, Bishop Talbert Swan, who called the Trap guy an untalented mayonnaise dripper.
Yeah, that's
that was the best burn.
Better than anything Riley could come up with. But not only but the thing is, like, Power Trip kind of started this whole feud, but every other band got into it though with him. It kind of exploded from there. As you'll see in this next article. Attila, Dance Gavin Ass, the Acacia Strain, all these kind of bands jumped on this guy. Jumped on this guy. I just thought it was funny.
I got my Power Trip shirt on here. I care about the Power Trip.
Even these other shitty bands were just like jumping on this guy too. Look at this guy. Like,
but
Jesus. Look at
Traps.
Look at his Trap tattoo, bro. What Trap?
Trap's main retort was like, "I got so many streams on Spotify and Pandora."
And he's talking about like streams,
which caused half of Twitter to go, "LO Pandora."
He's like getting into this pissing contest that just has no validity at all. And like I said, Riley's not really responding with good stuff either, but it's easy. Like, you don't even have to with this guy.
And this guy's too much of a knuckle dragger, honestly, to have like a witty retorts with.
If this is him writing,
he says that his music is for high school bullies. He says that at one point. Like, he's like, you guys sounded like you didn't get shoved in the lockers enough, and they're like, aren't that your fan base? And he's like, no, our fan base is the guys doing the shoving.
Yeah.
And it's
just post a pic of the crowd you recently played for. Very easy. Hurry up, bitch. It's like, okay, there's your, like, we provided it for you. They're like very clear. Like, who goes? And then I think the guy blamed it on the coronavirus. He's like, well, there's a coronavirus, nobody showed up. No, you're one of those bands that like no one shows up to anyway, I would imagine.
Yeah.
But this thing goes on for a while. You could check it out.
It's still happening, honestly.
Sucks.
Like, it went on for days. I don't,
And now there's a lot of other bands like Fatality. Nice. There's all the bands are really jumping on these guys.
I think the best part is if you actually sit down and you listen to Headstrong. Which I'm just going to assume is their best song because I've never heard any other songs and nobody else has either.
Maybe their non-hit songs are better.
No, that's definitely their best song because we're not listening to any other ones.
Popular songs. I mean, it's the most best
it's
song.
It's probably the best one. And you listen to anything by Power Trip. And to speak in the language that Trap would understand, your music is some pussy-ass shit compared to Power Trip.
Pussy-ass shit.
Like, and you're going to fight with them? Like, okay, Power Trip doesn't look that tough.
These guys like probably didn't even know who Power Trip was. I guarantee Trapped had no idea who Power Trip was. They probably think Power Trip is like this nobody like band that like draws like 5 people. That's what they probably think. Like, I can't imagine they know who Power Trip is.
Oh, I'm sure they have no idea who Power Trip is.
Yeah.
But if like your music was going to fight somehow, like who?
Yes, if just the music fighting, yes.
Like, it would just Power Trip would kick the shit out of Trapped. Okay?
Yeah, it would be kind of.
You're daring to come at Power Trip.
It would be kind of criminal,
like some kind of tough guy when you play fucking Headstrong.
No, it would be like
get the fuck out of
here. It would be like some 300-pound guy just stomping on some 80-pound guy. Like it would just be criminal.
Like you got this hyper masculine
just
personality, and you play
have you
post new metal.
Just look at the face this guy's making and what he's wearing. This is clearly like Hollywood produced new metal. They're like, here, we want to make you look edgy. Wear this red leather jacket. And he's like, all right, bro. Like, clearly that's what this is. Like, I have way more respect for like a band like Korn or Slipknot or even Limp Bizkit than like this fucking guy. Like, this guy is just like he's like the second wave of it when all like the producers are trying to make new metal band. That's what this is. It's post new metal. Okay.
All
like
right.
Despite the whole new metal resurgence, this is not part of it. No one wants these guys back. Okay.
Well, sadly, I'm sure this has done a lot for Trap's career. I mean, just think about it. I didn't even know their name. I knew the song. I didn't even know their name until
heard of them.
This happened.
Never heard of them.
Maledictus never heard of them.
Never heard of them.
But now we know. We listened. We gave them a stream so we could hear that song again. I don't think we finished the song.
Now I was like, this is wow. I was like, this is horrendous.
Anyway, fucking milk it for all it's worth, Trap dude.
Yeah, that's why you're.
After this, we're never speaking your name again.
But come up with better burns, though. Come up with better like responses. Because you're like this. Because his responses don't make any sense. Like they're just like, like there were a lot more people there on that Monday during the coronavirus time. You dumb fuck. Like what kind of this guy's like writes like he's in third grade. Seriously, where are they from? We don't even know. It doesn't matter.
They're from Ohio.
Oh, that explains it. No offense to people from Ohio, but new metal bands are always from the Midwest. It's just a fact. Anyway. So we got So every other band is jumping on these guys as well. See, look, you can't take it, bro. I can't take it. Look at this tattoo.
I've got all this pain.
It's anxiety. Everyone's just jumping on. They got their own little symbol tattoo. Anyone that has a really bad symbol getting tattoos.
How do you know that's a Trap symbol?
No, it is. I saw it because I was looking at the Trap logo, and that is like the T in Trapped. See, right there.
Is that it? That's it. Oh.
Yeah, you see, it's a T. It's like an inverted T, a negative space.
Yeah. Okay.
And he puts it in like a safe space there, so he can get a job after his band completely fails. He put it in like a very safe space. So he can get hired in the office. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so speaking of more sort of
our next item on the plague,
coronavirus stuff. Obviously, every festival is canceled.
Postponed
for the next few months. I mean, like we're praying Psycho still goes on, but I will not be surprised if it doesn't.
I'll be surprised if it goes on, but this got a little bit clickbaity because the Maryland Death Fest released this presser or just statement, and the wording contained in it is that we are not using the word cancel, which triggered a lot of people to be like, oh my god, you have to cancel. But they go on literally like the next sentence to say we're talking about postponing.
Yeah, obviously, we don't even thought they're.
Everyone was reacting to this like they were still going to hold it in May.
No, they weren't bad to legally do that. But no, this is an organization that if they cancel, they will go out of business. Like that's why where they're at. And there's a lot of things that are going to go out of business if they like South by Southwest might not happen next year because of this. Like because it got fucked. Seriously.
Yeah. I think Coachella could afford to refund shit for people.
Well, they have like those like $200,000 bungalows they sell. So
Maryland Death Fest is a little more scrappy.
I don't know if Psycho will be able to either. Like if that cancels, I don't know if that will be able to happen again.
They're not like old enough. They're not established enough.
I don't know if that'll happen.
And
this is going to fuck a lot of festivals for real.
Oh, for real.
Like festivals are going to take a while to recover from this.
But of course, with postponing is the implied you were not getting a refund unless you
It's another thing.
Push for it. Maybe you could get a refund.
That's the thing with these festivals. Well, we haven't even had any award and refunds from the concerts we bought so far.
Only one of the concerts we bought has been canceled.
Uncle Ass is getting canceled too. I guarantee.
I'm sure that will be, yeah.
White Eagle Hall is closed. They said they're closed. They're not doing any shows.
But it hasn't officially been canceled.
No, but White Eagle Hall is.
But I haven't gotten anything from.
I saw something on I saw something on White Eagle Hall. They're not doing shows.
We had a show to go to at the Market Hotel, Possessed, and I heard it was canceled from Possessed. Market Hotel has said nothing. Yeah. In fact, the only communication I've had from Market Hotel was an email begging for money.
Yeah, they're dead. They're gone.
for their GoFundMe. So
yeah, they're done.
I'm not getting my money back.
Unfortunately, they're like any new venues like that. They're in the city. They're fucking
yeah. That's
done.
a fairly new venue.
They're done.
But anyway, it does bring up a kind of an interesting because honestly, this is a very precarious time for everybody. So I think most people who have bought passes to the Maryland Death Fest. Like that shit was sold out in December. The 4-day pass.
Yeah.
Like you could still get like day passes for the stages, but 4-day passes were sold out way early. Like this is a fest that has hardcore, like,
it's been going on
dedicated
for years.
people who go every year.
Yeah.
So I'm sure, it's in their interest that this fest continues to happen forever. But on the other hand, like, if they can't afford, to take, I mean, they already lost the money. They already paid the money. So it's kind of like, well, do you want to just donate that to this organization that you really enjoy that puts on this festival? Or did you just get laid off and could you use that money back right now?
Yeah, these bands, a lot of the bands that are involved in this, like, I don't know, they're not like big bands. These are
There's
like
big bands.
really, but most of them are like.
There's a shit ton of European bands. So that's for sure why it's not happening.
Well, what? Yeah, they can't come here obviously. But what's like a bit like big, like they're like a medium size.
Dismember?
Yeah, but they're not like
Bloodbath.
Yeah, they're not making like Metallica money though, or
well,
even
no, they don't
close.
have. Well,
So
that's not that kind of festival. They're not playing at a big stage.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying every one of these fucking bands is going to have to get a job. Like every single one of them. Like they're not. This is like what they have to do for money. Like they absolutely have to work at this like all the time to make money. So like every single one of these people are just gonna really be in a shit situation. Especially the bigger ones because they kind of have their whole life invested in this. You know what I mean? Like they're not gonna be like
I'm sure Cloud Rat still has day jobs.
Like a lot of these smaller bands obviously have day jobs. But someone that's like a well-established band for this standard, like they're not gonna be able to put on live shows like live casted shows like Metallica. For Metallica, they're like, oh, everything, we're gonna lose some money, but we're fine. People are still buying our T-shirts for $40. Like these guys, like I don't even know. Like this is just gonna fuck metal so bad. It's not even funny.
I mean, and it seems like it'll specifically fuck like the bands, maybe on like as like we're talking about Power Trips level.
Yeah, or Suffocation. Like Suffocation is obviously a well-established band. Like they're just not.
The bands that if they have another job, it was probably in the service industry.
Yeah.
Like maybe they were bartending when they were home, but otherwise they were mainly focused on making music and touring and selling their merch.
That's what a lot of these bands do, and they're not until like Kirk Wingstein, right? Like him and his wife, they work at like a bar. Like that's,
and a lot of times like they're in like 5 bands, so that's how they keep up their revenue stream.
Yeah, especially these black metal, these death metal bands. There are a lot of them are like many bands.
So.
But a lot of these like bands that you well know of, you think you're doing okay. No, they have jobs. Like they're not doing that well.
So it's those guys that were actually the bigger bands that were kind of making it, where they're mostly supporting themselves on music, that are probably getting hit really hard right now.
Yeah. So, by the way, today is the anniversary in 2014 of Dave Brockie's death. Dave Brockie died in 2014 on this day. All hail Dave Brockie, wherever you are, whatever dimension, whatever fucking alternate dimension.
What would you think of what's happening right now?
Oh, I could imagine what he would like, what he would be going on at. We miss Dave. Come back, Dave. No, don't come back.
Anyway, what do you think? Like, if they cancel Psycho, they postpone it, no refunds offered. I mean, we bought insurance on our tickets for Psycho, so we could totally get it back.
Yeah. But the hotel and everything. Well, the hotels are closed too.
But I imagine if they did postpone it, we could probably transfer our flight.
The fucking airline might be out of business by then.
We could probably transfer the hotel as well.
Yeah. I don't know if United's going to be in business by then.
So it's a good and like we like Psycho. We like going there.
Yeah. And I don't know. Like you're going to get a lot of like if it does happen, like it's not going to be the same lineup.
Yeah, that's the thing. But maybe it'd be better.
Maybe. I don't imagine Merciful Fate. Like, are they? I don't know. I don't know anymore. Like, I just don't know.
Anyway, I felt bad for Maryland Death Fest because everyone was shitting on them because of just the wording they used, and it's like, no, they were just like saying like we're talking about how we're gonna postpone it, basically.
Yeah, when I read the article,
not that we're gonna have the festival in May.
No. When I read the article, I knew that's what they meant. Like,
well, I saw the reaction on Twitter.
I understood
like
I understood that means they can't lose the money. Like, but they're not gonna legally be able to play on that date. So yeah, it's all pretty obvious. Like, if you can't figure that out, I don't know what to tell you. What else do we have? So, what's going on here? Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God.
What are we looking at?
People, if you're wondering what Varg is, let's find out what Varg of the Thulian perspective alias Gandalf the White. I didn't know that. That's what he calls himself. And author of the role playing game My Farog, whatever that is. That's his game he makes. See, Varg considers himself a game designer, not like a video game designer, because when the apocalypse happens, there's not gonna be electricity, so you could play role playing games all day. He plays
tabletop games.
Yeah, he's a tabletop nerd.
Ultimate nerd.
What else is he? He's an anim. What does that say? I can't read that from here. What is that word?
An animist.
I don't know what that is. A dissident and a father.
I think it's some kind of religious thing.
And a white supremacist and a Jew hater. Okay, got it. So it would just go onto his Twitter and read his. And I know a lot of all you like Nazi.
Actually, don't.
No, do it.
No, don't.
No, do it. I know all of you Nazi incels out there are like mad at me. Well, you're always downvoting me. And if you like the Stone Meadow of Doom, you probably like this guy. So I'm just gonna bash on you people some more. Give me those downvotes, people. I fucking hate you too. What does Varg think about everything? By the way, Varg, if you've listened to like when Varg used to have a YouTube account, I used to watch it. Yes, despite my wife's disdain for that. But I just like entertainment like this, and he would always be just going on how the world's gonna end, and it's like almost like the way he lives. Like I believe he lived in like a Volkswagen van in the middle of a field in France. That's what it seemed like. But he obviously has electricity and internet for some reason. But that's how I pictured him living in like some field, and he farms his own food. You know, people kind of pass by and be like, what the fuck is with that guy? You know, and he has like two little Nazi children, two little Aryan children. But, you know, and he was kind of just one of those guys that's kind of like hoping for the world to end so he could just like live his lifestyle happily and say, I told you so. So what does it say here? So, I am sick and tired of all the ignorant and outright idiotic conspiracy theories out there regarding COVID. So he's not believing like, you know, the Chris Barnes kind of thing. But because you know, but in reality, the enemy is a loser, and most what he does fails dramatically. His biggest victory will make you think as he is invincible. So he's kind of just making fun of the conspiracy theories. But he goes on, and this is a good one here. So he made his children, his little he's got them dressed up like SS soldiers. Clearly, that's like the uniform of an SS soldier, the camouflage. You know, a lot of people think of Nazi soldiers in gray, but the later ones, especially the ones that fought in like Normandy and stuff, had this camo. And basically, he made his kid an SG-43, or MP-44. I thought it was an SG-44. This is one of the first assault rifles ever made. The AK-47 kind of copied off of it. But if you played a lot of like Call of Duty games from World War II, this is probably one of your favorite weapons.
What is the French version of child services?
Yeah. So he made his little Nazi children, his little Aryan girls. Here I made you a nice little SG-44. This is a gun that the Nazis invented. It was a very good gun. Like I said, one of the first assault rifles. And he made it. You know, has this little child dressed up as like it looks. I mean, you know, you can argue. Like you could say it's just a soldier, but that just looks a lot like the dress of a 1944 SS soldier.
So basically, he's out there LARPing in the middle of a field.
Yeah. I made you a little toy. I made you a toy.
The fall of man.
Yeah, he's loving this. Like he's so I told you so right now. He's having.
So as opposed to Chris Barnes, who thinks that the government is trying to hoax us into
this guy's like
being sheep.
He's like, please.
He's like, no, the Jews unleashed the plague.
Oh yeah, and he's openly blaming the Jews.
The plague is real.
Yeah, the Jews did this.
How does that even parse? Like,
he's like,
it came from China. Did the Jews put it there?
Wait, of course, yeah.
I mean,
funny how an ex-con Nazi like me and many others warned you about this years ago. See, you know, like there you go. Like
now,
yeah.
Not that I'm saying you should be racist against the Chinese. It just, you know, that's where it just happened to come from.
Yeah.
But like, he's not even racist against the right people here.
The China virus.
You know, at least our president knows who to be racist against.
And by the way, when you're sitting home doing nothing, make sure, and I know you guys are onto this, never start watching porn. Now, it's clear like this guy like never. I mean, I believe he never jerks off. I mean,
isn't that a thing with those alt-right guys?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. I know. PJ Dubs is definitely a big. Paul Joseph Watson is definitely a big guy.
That sounds healthy.
Stefan Molyneux. They're all like absolutely anti-jerk-offists.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. So he, according to him, the Jews are pushing porn on you. He says it right here. He crossed it. He put little asterisks here. The porn is for the what does that say? Is that a French word?
That's German.
Is that what is it? No, Untermenschen. Obviously, that's a word that a certain type of people used to use.
I would guess that means entertainment for the lower men.
Untermenschen, yeah, which that's something that a certain group of people in the 1940s from Germany used to say a lot, and referring to this word here that's blocked out because he didn't want to get censored.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, so it's Jews that own the porn industry. And they're pushing this on you. Oh, he has a little thing here. Most of the downloads in America.
All right. Why are we talking so much about Varg?
Because he's he's just like, I miss Varg so much. I wish I could just play his YouTube videos, but they took him away.
I mean, is anti-Semitism funny to you?
The idea of someone conducting himself this way is funny to me. If he was going out killing people, that wouldn't be funny. Well, he already did that. But
what if he inspires people to kill people?
I don't know if he is. Well,
there are people killing Jews.
Yes, we don't have any proof of this guy is. I don't know if he is, but
it's hard to kind of prove that link unless someone explicitly says Varg inspired me.
I have a morbid fascination with guys like Alex Jones and this guy. Like, I like to watch them. Like I don't shy away from. I'm like, wow, it's entertainment for me. Like, it honestly is. Like, I love this kind of chaos.
Yeah, but for some people they take this seriously.
I know, and those people need to rethink their lives. The people that listen to Smod obviously think this is, that guy that defend him against my harmless attacks, and they are harmless.
Milquetoast.
My milquetoast impersonations of the Smod guy.
You made fun of his voice though. That's very.
Yes.
That was very mean of you.
I can't. I remember one video where he was doing that, and that's where I got that from. I might not even be accurate. Like, I saw one. I have this vague memory of one video. I saw him promoting his festival, his Nazi festival. And I remember him talking like that. I could be completely.
To be fair, I don't necessarily want to malign the bands that were at the festival as Nazis.
No. Oh no, of course not. Those bands are innocent. They did not know what was going on. They thought everything was okay. But yeah, why are we talking about it? But like Varg, guys like that, just they're out there and they're popular on the internet. And look at my Nazi children. But let's just go down. Just if you want some entertainment, just go down. But like I said, this guy's very happy right now that he believes the world is ending. And economic collapse. He's been talking about this for years, and he's been hoping and warning how it's going to happen. So he's probably just, in his Volkswagen van. Another reason why he can't look at porn, because he probably, like I said, he lives in a Volkswagen. There's a Volkswagen van. He lives in this with his children. So if he was looking at porn, and that would be kind of child molestation. If you were, you know what I mean. That would just be kind of like a crime. So yeah. I believe I really do believe that he lives in a Volkswagen with his wife and his 2 kids.
Anyway.
So.
He actually released an album.
Oh, yeah, he's over.
Don't listen to it. Don't follow him on Twitter.
It's not very good. It's not even like metal. It's just like weird atmospheric.
Did you listen to it?
I've heard some of his stuff. I imagine it's the same thing. Okay. I don't think he has any ability to really make band music anymore. I think he has a keyboard and he goes, he makes weird atmospheric stuff. He's kind of a schmuck.
All right.
One day he's going to kill me. He's going to come to my house and kill me. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to stab you 50 times.
I'm hoping for the 1 in a billion chance of some stray virus particle just floats his way.
Sam was kidding around, when she told me last week, that he has coronavirus. I'm like, impossible. He does not live near people. And she's like, yeah, I was just kidding. I was like, not possible. But yeah, this guy knows he knows how to survive.
Well, someone had screen capped his tweets because no one dares retweet this asshole.
But no.
People like to look at him sometimes, but
I like to look
they'd screen capped him, and he said something like, "Do I have coronavirus?" I'm like, "Oh shit, Varg has coronavirus."
Do I have coronavirus? Let's find out.
And my mind was just so happy to run with that thought.
Nah. But yeah, I just remember first hearing about this guy in the 1990s. And that's how I remember this. I remember when the murder happened. I remember it. And I was like, as a kid, I was like, wow, they really take this black metal seriously over there. That's and when you really find out what happened, it was for the stupidest reason. It had nothing to do with black metal, really. It was because this guy's a fucking moron. And it was just complete pointless, jealousy of nothing. It was so petty why he killed Euronymous. It wasn't even, anything worth anything. It was pointless. If
all right.
If Norway was a real country, they would have given us. Norway just gives. If you kill someone, you only get like 10 years in Norway. So that's why this guy's out and about. If it was America, he'd still be in there, rotting.
All right, Varg, don't follow him. Don't listen to him.
Yeah, unless you want to laugh. So, and hopeful news, as predictable. Hopeful news. Slayer might be, if rumor has it, Slayer might be coming back with Phil Alsamo instead of Tom Araya. Now, I think it was very clear Slayer stopped playing because probably it looked like it was because of Tom Araya's health. I mean, his health seems to be declining. Like, he doesn't look well. Whereas the other bands, the other band members seem fine. Like, I don't think they really wanted to stop. There's no reason for them to stop. They're all in like good health. They all want to play, I think. So they are looking, the rumor has it, they will reform Slayer with an unknown bass player. We don't know. Maybe me. Maybe I'll get the job. And Phil Alsamo is a singer. I think that'll be cool.
I think that sounds awful.
No, I
don't really like Phil Anselmo's singing style or Phil Anselmo.
I think if you're going to have someone do it, like Phil is going to do a very grindcore style, like the way he said. Like Phil doesn't really sing anymore. Like Phil used to be like actually a good singer. Like Phil started his career as like a belt, as a real belter, as a real wah. Like if you listen to early Pantera, he's like belting. But Phil, like when I saw him with the Illegals, I mean, he was grindcore, and when you saw him with N Minor, it was kind of like he's kind of just like.
I mean, if they're like,
he's not really a singer anymore.
If they're making basically a Slayer cover band,
yeah.
Well having Kerry King has a lot of cred. So,
it's Slayer.
I don't think, but I mean, Gary Holt's not real Slayer.
No,
so,
but you don't have that's beyond anyone's control.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if they're actually keeping the drummer.
No, I think Paul Bostaph was. He was when they announced it.
I heard a rumor that wasn't true.
From what I know, he announced that we were doing something. We were up to something.
It was from him.
Yeah. So.
Or maybe it was Gary Holt that won't be there. I heard someone saying that.
Someone might not be there.
Okay. Anyway.
But yeah, Paul Bostaph, it kind of made this rumor out there. But,
I'd actually heard the rumor before through Kerry King. Actually, his wife, I think, was putting out something on her Instagram.
Was she supposed to be doing that? Like,
I don't know.
Like, don't tell anyone. But
this started an interesting creep on her Instagram. She's this like hot trapeze artist.
They always like these guys always have these like porn star wives.
Well, what was more interesting to me was that they have these two cats. Like, have you ever seen a Munchkin cat?
He's got one of those small cats. He's got one of those.
The cats with the short legs.
Yeah.
They have two Munchkin hairless cats.
Kerry King has them. He also has like a snake.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, they've got. He's got
a giant snake collection.
But they have two Munchkin hairless cats.
I very hope the snakes don't.
They look very strange.
Yeah, he's he probably lives an interesting lifestyle. He's got his porn star wife and his exotic animals.
Excuse me, she was a trapeze artist.
She's a porn star. Gary Holt has like his porn star. They all have like his porn star wives.
Does he?
Yeah, she's like this porn star looking wife. She's like, she looks like,
I haven't creeped on her Instagram, so I don't know.
Like, I'm not saying she's a porn star, but she's like done up. The whole, like this is my trophy wife. She's got the whole thing going.
Anyway, I'm not too into hearing Phil on.
She's not a normal girl.
Sing Slayer songs.
Who's got a normal wife? James Hetfield's got like a normal.
That's nice.
Real normal girl. Yeah. Just but yeah, it's funny that some rock stars, but yeah.
So you're into this?
Let it happen. Let Phil do this. Phil is a big Slayer fan. Let him do this. Okay, that's all I gotta say. Like, let it happen.
I think they should find some just unknown dude if they want to do this.
I don't think anyone wants
to sounds really good.
I don't think. Yeah, well, that's always a potential. I'm curious who's gonna be the bass player. Who's gonna get to play bass for this? It's gonna be someone. It's not gonna be a nobody. It's gonna be someone. They're gonna want somebody. Maybe a lot of people are saying Dave Ellefson. Yeah, it's plausible. Though Dave Ellefson isn't like, I don't know, like not that Tom Araya was a super energetic bass player either. So I don't know. Maybe Dave Ellefson would be good.
I'm sure Dave could do it.
No, without a doubt, Dave Ellefson is probably gonna end up. Dave Ellefson is always like available. He's like, yeah, here I am. He's like, oh yeah, here I am. Oh guys, here I am. Yeah, my Minnesota accent. Hey, but yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. Like, who else would they pick? So, very likely. Yeah, so there you go. Things to look forward to in our uncertain future. But yeah, we all knew Slayer wasn't going to be done. Just, I think that's pretty
Can we have a hairless munchkin cat?
No, I don't like cats. Or hairless dogs. I don't want a hairless dog either. So yeah, everyone. That has been the metal news. This uncertain week of metal news, people. What else do we have to say?
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening, people. Thank you for giving us those downvotes that you're giving me right now. I think I'm being nicer, aren't I?
I don't know. I think you're depressed from quarantine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting down, But what's the reason to go outside? There's no reason to go outside.
Stay inside and follow us on social media.
I have more time to do this. I'm not working anymore. Not that I'm fired yet, but...
He's on sabbatical.
Yeah, they're paying us, so... But
that's really the best world.
It is, but that's not sustainable, though. Like a company that's not making money is not going to keep doing that. So,
but follow us on social media.
Do it, folks.
Twitter at hereliesmetal.
Yep.
Facebook at hereliesmetal.
Yeah.
Instagram at metallieshere. And Gmail at hereliesmetal@gmail.com.
Or hereliesdictus. Contact me there too.
Do it at hereliesmetal@gmail.com because no one will know how to spell hereliesdictus, including me. So why are you telling them to go there?
Such a dictus. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure to give us a thumbs down like you were going to do, like so many of you do. We're so ratioed.
Just click one of those buttons there.
Click a button. Hit a button. It doesn't matter, people. I don't care. You people think, I like I said, I get comments like, oh, you're not going to get any subs. I don't care. You think I'm doing this because I'm good? Like I've been on YouTube for a while. No one's ever subbed to me. I have no luck or I have no skill, whatever it is. I think I produce pretty well though. I'd be better behind this camera, but I have no choice to be in front of you. I'd be a really good producer, producing someone that knows what they're doing. But here I am. You have to live with me for some reason.
You want it to just be my show?
Yeah, maybe you should just do it. Maybe I think you'll get a better response.
Just talk to myself.
Yeah, and I'll do do what I used to do. I used to do it alone. There's a lot of guys that just do the news alone.
Yeah, but I think it's better when it's a conversation.
They have way more subs than we do, and they are mind-numbingly boring. But that's the way, we can't,
And they don't get anybody angry.
They don't. They just do. They follow.
They never have a strong opinion on anything.
Yeah, what's the point? Like, I don't want to. If I want no opinion, I'll go to Blabbermouth. I'll go to Loudwire. For God, if I want to get riled up, I'll go to Metal Sucks. I like them. I like that they rile people up, and I think they get as many downvotes as me. Like, people, and they don't care. People shit talk Vince Neilstein all the time. I like what he's doing. Okay, I support, even if I don't agree with it. I like it. Okay, I like what he's doing because he has an opinion. Okay, maybe you people don't want people to have opinions. I don't know. So yeah, give us a nice thumbs down and comment down below. Give me some comments down below. Sometimes you do it, and it's usually something like, "I hate your fucking face, bro." It's usually something like that, but that's fine. Or I just had one guy comment, "Grow a pair." Oh well, I'm okay. I will grow a pair. I apologize. I apologize for
what video was that on?
On the Smod video.
I
apologize once again for not liking the Smod guy. I apologize for not being manly enough.
Listen, manly men know about the Jews.
It is all men, by the way. I have not been shit talked by any woman because women don't give a fuck about things like that. I don't blame them. Yeah, and don't forget to ring that bell so you're notified of our weekly videos. Yeah, so we should try to get, since I might have time on our hands, maybe we'll record another playlist episode and put it on Spotify. Make sure to subscribe to Here Lies Metal on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, or Google Play. And check our other episodes out. And there are history episodes, our playlist episodes. We got to make another playlist episode. What do you think we should make? Should we make one-man wrecking machines, or should we make super guitarists, or should we make?
I've been curating a one-man band.
Yeah, let's do that. We should do the one-man wrecking.
That might be more of a series.
Yeah, that's true, because there'll be constant flow of those guys. We can't just, there'll be so many people that are doing that. All
can't
throughout
make a
history.
definitive list.
Yeah, throughout the metal history, there's been guys doing that.
And they're all underground too, most of them. There's a few big ones, but
a lot of them are black metal. A lot of black metal guys do. The black metal guys were always able to get away with that for some reason. I don't know why. Like, what's the difference?
Because it's supposed to sound like shit.
I guess so. But a lot of it doesn't anymore. A lot of that stuff doesn't sound like shit anymore.
Hey, I found one-man power metal that sounds...
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds like they did a pretty decent job for being one man.
Sounds like 5 people.
Yeah, like that. They've done a great job. They're doing everything, which is very difficult. So yeah, maybe we'll do that. But we've got to give you another playlist episodes. So check us out. Check our stuff out on Spotify. And like I said, I uploaded the Matthew Hopkins episode, so check that out if you want a completely historically inaccurate version of the Matthew Hopkins story. Go ahead. And so everyone, thank you for listening, and stay safe. Stay inside, everyone. Okay, don't spread this thing because let's not end up like Italy. It's going to get rough in the next few weeks. So that's inevitable because everything's kind of catching up. Or everything is kind of 2 weeks behind, and it kind of, I think we are making a good effort here in New Jersey anyway. I don't know about everywhere else, but so
stay inside, and we will as well, right in this room.
I got nowhere else to go. I got nowhere to go. So, all right, folks, stay safe, everyone, and stay metal. All right, we'll see you again soon. Goodbye.